The wind howled across the open deck of the aircraft carrier, carrying with it the deep roar of fighter jets taking off in perfect rhythm. The crew stood in formation, eyes fixed ahead, but not at the sky. Every gaze was locked on her. Commander Elena Hayes, crisp in her navy blues, stood like an iron statue beneath the blazing sun. The ocean stretched endlessly behind her, but all that mattered was the man standing opposite. Admiral Warren Cole, the Navy SEAL legend himself. "Commander," he repeated, his voice dripping with disbelief. "You're telling me you're in charge of this fleet?" A ripple of uneasy laughter passed through the officers behind him. Some tried to hide their smirks, others didn't bother. Hayes didn't flinch. She didn't even blink. The ocean wind tugged at her hair, but her spine remained straight, her expression unreadable. Then she spoke, quiet, controlled, yet carrying across the steel deck like a cannon blast. "No, Admiral," she said, taking one step forward. "I'm not just a commander." Her eyes locked on his, calm and unyielding. "I'm the fleet commander." The laughter died. The Admiral's jaw tensed. Every saluting hand slowly dropped as silence consumed the ship. And from that moment on, everything changed. The weight of command 2 years earlier, Elena Hayes was a name known only within the technical corridors of naval intelligence. A strategist. A tactician. Brilliant, but overlooked, mostly because she didn't fit the mold. Too young. Too calm. Too different. While most rose through the ranks through combat missions and bravado, Elena earned hers through quiet precision, missions planned so flawlessly that soldiers came home alive when others would have been lost. Yet behind every victory, someone else took the credit. It didn't matter, not at first. Her late father, a Navy veteran, had once told her, "Real strength doesn't need applause, kid. The ocean doesn't ask for permission to roar." But things changed after the Raven Strike operation, a classified rescue mission that went terribly wrong under a male commanding officer's lead. Elena had warned them about the timing, the weather, the radar gap, but her analysis was dismissed. When the mission failed and lives were lost, it was Elena who stayed behind in the command room for 72 straight hours, rerouting communications, guiding survivors out from enemy territory one by one. She saved 11 men, including Admiral Cole's own nephew. Still, when promotions came, her name wasn't even on the list. So she decided to earn something no one could deny: command. For months she trained harder than the men who underestimated her. She ran drills at dawn, memorized fleet coordination systems, and studied every battle strategy ever written by naval legends. When she finally passed the fleet command trials, with the highest recorded marks in a decade, the announcement sent ripples through the ranks. And not everyone was pleased. Admiral Warren Cole, a decorated SEAL with 20 years of combat, called it a political stunt. In his eyes, Elena Hayes was book smart but battle weak, a figurehead, not a fighter. So when her fleet was assigned joint operations with his CL unit, tension crackled like a storm brewing at sea. Cole's men whispered doubts, but Elena let them talk. She had learned that silence often commands more power than shouting ever could. Still, the day Cole mocked her in front of the entire deck, that was the day she decided she wouldn't let silence speak alone anymore. When the ocean answered back hours after that confrontation, the ship alarm blared. An unidentified vessel had breached radar range. What began as a routine training day instantly became a test of leadership. Cole turned to his men, barking orders, but the radar feed was jammed. The ship's communications were being intercepted. Panic began to spread across the deck. Sailors scrambling, screens flickering, voices overlapping. Elena stepped forward, her voice steady. "Everyone, hold position." Cole turned, frustrated. "This isn't your call, Commander." "Fleet Commander," she corrected calmly, already moving to the console. Her hands flew over the controls. "Switch to frequency Echo 7. That's the backup channel. Now." Within seconds, the radar blinked back to life. The enemy vessel, a rogue submarine, was closing fast. Cole stared at the screen, speechless. "How the hell did you know?" "I designed this protocol 3 years ago," she said. "You didn't read my file, did you?" Within minutes, Elena coordinated a counter maneuver that forced the submarine to surface without a single shot fired. Her strategy, part physics, part instinct, saved the entire carrier group. As the crew erupted into disciplined cheers, Cole stood silent, watching the woman he'd doubted take control of chaos like she'd been born to do it. Later that night, Under the quiet hum of the ship's deck lights, he approached her. "I misjudged you," he said quietly. Elena didn't smile. She simply looked out over the dark ocean. "No, Admiral. You judged me exactly how the system taught you to." He followed her gaze. The horizon was endless. "And what now?" he asked. She looked at him, eyes steady, unwavering. "Now," she said, "we rewrite it." Sometimes the strongest voices come from those who've been told to stay silent the longest. True leadership isn't about rank or medals. It's about grace under fire, conviction in doubt, and courage when no one's watching. She didn't demand respect. She earned it. And when the sea tested her, she answered back.